Let's speak with Mike Jones, Executive Director at Migration Watch UK. Mike, good afternoon to you.
Good to be here. Thanks, Ian.
Nice to have you with us. It is extraordinary, isn't it? It just happens so much now. We've kind of just almost resigned ourselves to the fact we are a country where hundreds of people every day just arrive.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, more than 5,000 people have arrived here illegally since the Labour Party have come into power. You know, we've had around 19,000 illegal channel crossers arrive this year. You know, are we on course to break the record-breaking numbers in 2022? I don't know, but we're there or thereabouts. And, you know, ultimately, the government has absolutely no control of this. And there are some people who say the Labour Party doesn't have a plan to solve the illegal migration crisis. Well, they do have a plan. It's just it won't work. It's been tried before. It's failed. You know, what you're going to get from now on are photo ops, you know, tough standing headlines, but the numbers are going to, you know, continue to increase.
Yeah. I failed to work out why. It seems to me, just looking at these stories on a daily basis, Mike, and listening to the Home Secretary, listening to the Prime Minister, that, you know, this smash thing, we're going to smash the gangs, smash the gangs, smash the gangs, which is just beginning to sound almost like a laughable mantra, really. I mean, everybody wants to smash the gangs, the French, the Belgians, the Germans, the Dutch, everybody. That's already something people want to do. They might not be making a great job of it, but we don't hear much about the day-to-day story from Yvette Cooper. I don't think I've heard her make a single comment on, you know, 500 people arriving on Saturday.
Well, no, the Labour Party are trying to depoliticise the illegal migration issue. So they're trying not to talk about it. They're trying to keep stum at the moment. And as I said, you know, if they can have, you know, a photo op with a European leader, a member of Europol, or they can give the impression that they've got control of the issue, then yeah, it will be mentioned in the press. But I don't think the Labour Party are going to talk about it on a regular basis, simply because their plan isn't going to work.
No, indeed. And you talking about it's not in their DNA, let's be honest, is it? You know, politically, if you look at the characters involved, I mean, imagine Angela Rayner and Jess Phillips getting, you know, really annoyed about the channel crosser. It's never going to happen. But the plan that they think they've got, are you referring then just to the people trafficker issue, or is there something more that they are claiming they can do?
Well, ultimately, the emphasis of the government is to smash the gangs rather than stop the boats.
Yeah.
But the problem is this is a utopian ideal. For example, you can't smash the gangs for two reasons. Firstly, if you're going to employ counter-terrorism laws, the people who are going to be prosecuted are not, you know, the criminal kingpins or organisers, but rather the illegal migrants themselves, because they've been coerced into steering dinghies or doing so in exchange for a free ride.
Yeah.
You know, of course, people traffickers, you know, the kingpins do get caught every now and again, but more often than not, they push the risk onto their clients in the same way that, you know, a drug dealer outsources risk to a mule. The second reason why smashing the gangs is not going to work is because the criminal gangs themselves are extremely decentralized. They're highly agile. They're very difficult to infiltrate. You know, attempting to smash the gangs is akin to playing whack-a-mole. And, you know, if you look at the Labour Party's policies, they've already been tried and they failed. So Labour, you know, wants to create this, you know, central border command. That's already been done. It was done under Priti Patel. She created it in 2020. It was called, I believe, the Clandestine Channel Threat Command, the CCTC. And, you know, it provided a joined-up approach. You know, they worked with security services, border enforcement, and so on. But, you know, 2022, you had record-breaking numbers of around 45,000. You know, they want to try counter-terrorism laws. Okay, fair enough. That's actually been tried by the Italians. They had elite anti-mafia units, highly experienced, trying to solve the crisis across the Mediterranean. Listen, I'm sure it made a difference at the margins, but it didn't solve the crisis.
No, not at all.
what worked best for the Italians was actually working with the Libyan Coast Guard to ensure a pushback policy.
Yeah.
So, it's all been tried and it hasn't worked.
Just tell us, Mike, we'll have to be brief, and I know the word brief shouldn't play any part in a question so convoluted or complicated normally, but if you were running this tomorrow yourself, what would be the first thing you would do to tangibly, literally, begin the process of stopping the boats?
The first thing you've got to do is legal. You've got to amend the Human Rights Act. The laws are completely out of date. I would remove any reference to what they call the principle of non-refoulement. So if you remove that reference, you would be able to deport illegal migrants to their country of origin. You'd be able to establish returns policies. Now, if a country was genuinely too unsafe to return them to, for example, Afghanistan,
yep.
I don't think the Taliban would cooperate with us. Then you would have the deal with Rwanda. That would be your third safe country. But guess what? The Labour Party has completely mothballed the Rwanda plan. So we don't have that avenue. So the Labour Party has done pretty much the complete opposite of what I would have done.